It's the GroupCast podcast, a show about stuff like stupid jokes and Charlie folks and random ass topics with Casey, Wes, and special guests like Fred and Danny, Kyle, Riley, Lennon's there too. This is their theme song, it's pretty cool. Just don't ask Wes to sing the rest cause he'll forget the words, so sit right down and gather round, but not too close because they were so ugly that everyone died. Podcast.
Happy Frida Kahlo's Unibrow Day, everybody.
What about cauliflower?
I said Happy Frida Kahlo's Unibrow Day, everybody.
Happy Cauliflower Day! Happy Raining Car Parts Day, everybody! It's another great episode of GroupCast.
Why do you always do that?
What?
I say words and then you don't hear what I say, and then all of a sudden, Happy Day!
I don't hear what you say, and then I'm gonna do my own thing.
Like, if I were to say Happy Dachshund Day, everybody, you'd be like, Happy Dick Suck, everybody! And then somebody else would be like, What Sock Puppet Day, everybody? Fat Sack! So there you did it again. We're off to a great start.
As always, I'm Big Wes.
Yeah, you are.
And what if I wasn't?
He's right.
What if I wasn't? What if I always wasn't me? Like there was like an
what if
hour.
I always wasn't me?
There was like an hour each week that I was someone else.
He has split personality disorder, and he thinks that he's a skinny midget. For an hour and a half during the show, he just every week he thinks he's a skinny midget.
So during the show every week, I think I'm a skinny midget.
Yes.
Good afternoon, I'm Tiny Wes. And I represent the lollipop field.
I feel like my name should be Claude.
Tiny Claude.
No.
This week we have joining us Lennon.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah,
And Kyle.
I got up earlier or today.
it is 2:00.
I got up at 12:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Casey.
Marshmallows.
So, you wanted to start off with a story you had from last time Lennon was on. Or did you want me to tell that? Or how do you want to tell about the diners?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Everybody go!
Well,
Good night, everybody!
Everybody at once, go for it.
well,
We want your feedback.
So
too.
I.
yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened 2 weeks ago. But
Yeah.
I wasn't on, even though I could have been, because I went into work. I went in to go to work on Friday when Riley was here.
Mhm.
We had to change the time
Mhm.
so he'd be on. I walked in and my supervisor.
I just love your face when you do that.
Dave's not here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his car is still in the shop.
Oh,
I forgot to mention that.
His name is Tyler Keck,
Yeah.
but I have to say Tyler Keck.
I love how that's like, oh, yeah, Dave's not here.
Yeah. Well, the guttural JonTron noise made me realize that Dave isn't here.
And he's the most melodramatic. He's a great guy, but he's such the most melodramatic person ever. I go clock in and I walk down the hallway and I can hear him talking to somebody else. He's like, yeah, since this is not the right week, we gotta have this person not be here, blah blah blah. I walk in there and like, who said my name? It's like, oh, I'm glad you're here. You don't work. And
I'm glad you're here, now get out.
yeah, pretty much. I walked in and I was like, but I thought I had to work this week. Well, surprise.
Did you ever watch the old sitcom Rhoda?
No.
It was
I've
about
never heard of
it was
that.
the spin-off show from the Mary Tyler Moore show. How her neighbor got her own spin-off show.
Okay.
She had this.
Fucking Cleveland show.
There was a character on that show called Carlton the Doorman, and you never saw him, but he was very Stephen Wright-like, and that
It
they
looked
would.
like you're having some trouble there, Tim. Because you said you never see him.
That's true. Well, in Wilson, you never saw his mouth. Except in a couple episodes where you
Was there ever
showed up.
was there ever an episode of Total Time where he played Dracula at like a Halloween party?
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been cool.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
It was the Halloween episode.
Moving on.
I've never seen the show other than like tidbits, but I think that is
Tidbits.
I think that would be the best thing.
That is
How's it
pretty
going,
awesome.
neighbor?
I remember in the final episode of that, of Home Improvement where they all came out and like took a bow and in front of the living room or whatever to the audience. He came out with like this little thing that had a fence post.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
It's sad because now with the magic of the internet, you can just look up what he looks like, and it completely ruins
It does
the magic.
completely ruin it. Yeah.
You know what else completely ruins it? He died a couple years ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
so bad.
What else did he do though?
Don't know.
What's his name? What else was
Wilson.
What?
Montgomery.
Do we know his real name?
Just look up Wilson.
Yes, thank you. There's type Wilson.
Wilson.
Come home, Wilson.
I guess I'll just wait.
Earl Hindman was the man's
Wilson
name.
is a much better name.
H didn't type. Net worth. Oh, well.
Offense.
Looks kind of like Bob Costas.
It looks like his face just gets
Fair
fatter as
patience.
soon as the cheeks start.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's definitely
Like if
not
you
face
cover
at
up the
work.
bottom half of his face, you're like, oh, it's him.
Well, no, like most people's faces are rounded, but his just looks like it's head, fat sack.
I feel like if he was in anything else, like after Home Improvement, like
No one would recognize him first of all.
yeah, it is like I swear to God, I've seen this guy before, and like the one other person in the room like knows who he is. And he walks up to the TV, and it's like it just like
Yeah.
covers up the
That's
part
kinda
of the
like-
screen with his mouth. It's like Wilson.
It's
I don't know who
funny
that
we
Wilson.
That's why we should talk about. We were talking about Home Improvement because have you guys ever seen the show Last Man Standing? It has
Yeah, it's alright.
yeah. There's one episode, and I never watched the show, but I watched it in passing when my parents were watching it.
Yeah.
And the moment I walked in, it was like a guy who was like just a minor character. Come at the front door, and Tim Allen opens the door, and it's his son from Home Improvement
Oh, that's
standing
cool.
there,
Mhm.
and he just goes, "Have I seen you somewhere before?
Yeah, I like
You
that.
look really familiar."
That's pretty cool. He died in 2003.
That
Was it really that long ago?
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was more recent than that, like in the past like 3-4 years.
Yesterday when he said his name.
Yes,
Yeah.
I said his name.
The dude does look a lot like Bob Costas, though.
I don't know who Bob Costas is.
That's
He's
all
apparently
right.
looks like
sports
this guy.
announcer.
That's okay.
Weren't we talking about diners?
Well, before my point was about.
We have
Wait,
a point.
now let me finish.
Sort of. I want to talk about that in a little bit, though, too. There was this on this Rhoda show. There was a character Carlton the Doorman who was like Stephen Wright, but you never saw him. He would just buzz in, and he was just completely dry
Yeah.
and said goofy fucking shit. Your impression of the guy that you work with sounds exactly like Carlton the Doorman. It's
Because he always goes like whenever we're done because I only work for him, work when he's supervisor when we're closing the store. So every time like we're just about to be done, he'll be like, "All right, you're good to go.
Now he sounds like Kermit the
It's
Frog.
the best Kermit.
All right,
Kermit the Doorman.
all right, so you're good to go."
No, he's not even. He's like
All right, home.
he can't wave his arms around. He's just like
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I was at Staples earlier today. I was.
What does that have to do with anything?
What? Hold on. I was getting a new cord for stuff, and the
Wilson
guy
was there.
the guy that I walked
You're
with,
dead!
the cashier guy, he was drawing something on a piece of paper and didn't realize I walked over. He goes, "Oh, hi," and he just kind of flips over the piece of paper and like just slides it across the thing and underneath the tape. Did you find everything okay today? I'm like, yes, I did. All right. Beep.
You're good to go.
Beep. $32, please. And I handed him like a 50. He's like,
I handed him like a 32.
yeah. Out of 50. Okay.
Can we
I'm
speed
like-
this up a little bit?
I'm like, Jesus, Eeyore, calm down.
what?
That's
It's
awesome.
just gonna fall off again.
the
anyway.
reason he's so depressed is because he's got a pin in his ass the whole time.
Yeah.
That's the only
He's
reason.
got a fake tail. He was born without a tail. Or some shit, I don't fucking
It's
know.
too bad.
It's too bad.
It's-
Diners!
He's a
Yeah.
donkey without a direction.
Okay, so should we start with diners or open mic?
Okay. Doesn't matter. Pick one.
Okay, open mic then.
Flip a
Okay.
coin.
I already
Yeah,
made my
I have a
decision.
coin.
No. All I have with me,
Four.
with me usually are ones.
Let's flip a 1!
Like, throw it and see what happens.
I'm notorious, for those of you who don't know, I'm notorious for accumulating a lot of change.
Yeah.
And
So
all
am I.
those changes usually end up being ones. So there
Really?
you go.
I'm the same way.
Well, anyway, and Riley's always freaked out. He's like, "You're a stripper on the side, aren't you?"
Gotta pay for college somehow.
Well, that's true. Okay, so I was parked in the parking lot when I got to Angie's, and I was waiting for you guys to show up, and I sat there for a while, and I was like, they'll be here eventually. I walk in there, and everybody's sitting at that table that they usually sit at. I walk up to Steve, and I'm like, "Hey, Steve." He's like, "Oh, hey." He's very uptight.
He was a little, yeah.
Just a little high strung.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I have a set to do tonight." He's like, "No shit." All right, well, I'm gonna put you down. And that was the high point of Steve's night, because that was pretty much the moment he started drinking, and he got real plastered real fast.
That sounds like Steve. That's the Steve we all know and love.
Steve.
He basically-
It's actually a couple Steves I know.
The first thing that happens right after that is Ben T. Steckler.
Oh, that's bad.
He calls me over because he sees me wearing the Marvin the Martian hat that I wear all the
Right.
time, and he's like, "You trying to be Valak?"
Well,
So already we're off.
that's the low point of the night.
Already we're off to a bad start. He tells me how he's writing a comic book about how he
About Valak.
no. This is this man has suddenly
Terrible comedian by day, terrible comedian by night.
no, seriously.
Terrible person.
He went.
All the time.
He sunk just slightly below Johnny, the guy who was the most depressing musician we ever saw at the Fat Loft.
Okay.
He sunk
Oh,
slightly
God.
below that because he was telling me for like 20 minutes about this comic he's writing, in which it was a dream sequence that he turned into a comic in which he's writing about all of the ex-girlfriends he's ever loved
Oh no.
and picking them up one by one in a car and then dropping them off all at the same time, and rides off into the sunset being like, "Oh, I can deal with this now."
That sounds very existentialist.
Is it just me, or does he close his eyes a lot when he's
He
on
closes
stage?
his eyes an awful
You know-
lot. And he tilts his head back an awful
Yeah,
lot.
he does. He like rears for a joke. Like,
Yeah.
I got it. It's in my head. I'm locked and loaded. Joke.
I'm 50 years
Nothing.
old.
Nothing.
I'm-
Shooting blanks.
I don't know. I liked his joke last week. What was it? When somebody uses the phrase, "he acted without hesitation," they're probably not talking about William Shatner.
That's really great.
That's pretty good, yeah.
I live alone with my cat, and I'm 50 years old, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Priceline has a new commercial for me. I start Monday.
That's how my chemistry professor talks. I think I mentioned this on a podcast before,
I don't remember.
but he's whenever he tells a story, and they're always like the most sadistic stories. Like he told a story where a girl almost went blind from having one single drop of acid fly in her eye, but she was wearing a contact that just dissolved.
Ooh.
But he's standing up at the front of the class, and he's just like, "Now, I was teaching a class about 6 years ago."
Sounds like the Joker.
It sounds like a depressed Owen Wilson. So just Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I was teaching a class.
Thanks, Nicolas Cage.
Apparently, I can't get any of them right.
Ah, the bee.
What do you people want from me? I'm good at impressions. Shut up. Okay, so after I got
I'm sorry.
after I got through depressing Ben over there, I sat down.
It's like Gentle Ben,
I-
but not quite.
I sat down next to Keith and slightly taller Keith, otherwise known as
Shane
Shane
Gillis.
Gillis.
Yeah.
We'll probably have Shane Gillis on the show at some point
I would
in the
love that.
future.
I think that's a great idea.
You'll see, they look exactly the same.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. I'll give it to you.
Anyway,
Someone take the square.
yeah,
It's a Hollywood Squares joke.
yeah.
They're all over the place, I know, but I thought I'll shut up now. You may
Thank you,
continue.
thank you, daytime television. Okay, so I sat down and I'm just waiting for it to start, and waiting for you guys to get there and everything. And there are these two ladies sitting, like really old ladies, sitting behind where Keith and Shane are sitting.
Okay.
And they like look over the side at Keith. They're like, "What's coming on in a few minutes? You guys seem to be preparing for something." And Keith turns over and like, "We're doing the open mic. Anybody gets on stage and tells jokes." And they're like, "Oh, that sounds charming." And he goes, "Yeah, it's charming if you really like hearing the F word a lot." And then she goes, "I don't fucking care." And he's like, "That's really fucking good."
That's great.
I like that old lady very much.
Yeah, unfortunately, they left right after Valak, of course.
Well, that's a good time.
Because he went up second.
That's a bad time to leave. The correct time is before Valak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Sucks to be them.
As Valak is getting on stage, everybody just gets out of their chair.
So it was really only the comedians there, and only a couple of them at that. There was only like 11 people going up.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just us. And the first thing that happens for the open mic, Steve trudges on stage. He's already drank at least 2 glasses of beer, or whatever he drinks.
That's Steve I know.
Yeah. And he goes, "God damn it, what am I doing with my life?"
That sounds like
every
Steve I know.
Yeah.
But no, he just kind of like stands there for a second, and he just waits, and he's like, "Honestly, I don't know why I'm still here." And he just like has this whole existential crisis the moment he gets on stage.
It's existential related Angie's.
It pretty much was. It was pretty much therapy group.
Is it because Casey left?
I don't know.
Could be.
It could have been.
Could be.
But yeah, it was there. Like normally when we go to Angie's, you guys know, it's basically guys getting on stage and telling how much they hate their lives and they want to kill themselves.
Right.
This one was like that times 10.
So then you get up.
And then I get up and I actually have a set.
He just gets up on stage and looks at his beer glass and is like, "I could break this and cut myself with it."
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? I think I'm gonna.
Minus that
On
last
the other
one.
hand, I just wasted a glass bottle.
Now I'm depressed.
Now I'm depressed. So about halfway through the show, I have gone up. I did well.
Good.
The time you were there, that was way better.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have a closer then.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of was like, I don't have an ending part, so I'm just going to go. But yeah.
You don't point that shit out, though. You just say your last prepared thing and go,
Yeah, I know. But
thank you, good night. You know?
yeah, well, whatever. I did it, and I went off stage, and I did a pretty good job.
Good.
About halfway through the whole thing, I think it's Keith. Keith fires the first blow. Steve
God.
gets on stage to introduce the next comic, and he's taken forever to introduce Keith Paradise. And he's just like, "Why don't you tell a joke?" Jesus. That's pretty much all he says. And he's just like, "Alright, here's Keith Paradise." He gets on stage,
God,
and,
depressing.
and the first thing he does, of course, is just shit on everybody.
No way.
And Steve is sitting there right at the front, like, "Why don't you tell a joke, you faggot?" And they basically just shit on each other the whole time. He's like, I don't know what. You get up here and don't say shit. I don't understand why you're telling me to tell a joke when I obviously am telling the most jokes here. And they just back and forth. They just yell at each other the whole time.
That sounds an awful lot like that.
So in retaliation, Steve gets up to introduce the next comedian, and he rapid fires like 5 jokes all in a row.
That's
at a
awesome.
spike.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then they hugged it out.
Steve initiated that, didn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Yeah.
So the other day was April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Did anybody do anything for
No.
April Fool's?
I did.
I wished Ryan a happy birthday.
I did stuff.
What'd you do? I imagine if anybody did something good for you.
Yeah, I did the videos.
Yeah, you did videos on your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like. Did you see them?
What?
The videos on his channel.
Oh,
We'll watch it oh, you haven't seen it, or have you? The April Fool's video I did.
Stuff you probably wonder?
No, the other
No.
one.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'll show it to you after the show then.
It's pretty fucking funny. I really.
Oh no, it's Sonic! Link in the description.
I just like the title of the episode. What was the actual game called?
Stallion of the Cimarron or something like that.
And you entitled your episode?
I entitled Spirit Stalingrad of the Cinnamon. Okay, there's
it's quite an episode.
There's one more thing that I have to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, two.
Go for it.
Okay, so a while later, we're almost done. We had 11 people, but we ended up with like 13 because this one girl, you know that group of like cross-player looking people.
Yeah,
who sit
I
on the
heard
side?
about them. Yeah.
Yeah. This one girl is like, I'm really drunk and I have stuff prepared.
Yeah.
She got on stage and her first words were, I'm drunk.
I drunk.
I drunk. I want to say that too. And then she proceeds to tell jokes solely related to alcohol, but she knocks it out of the park.
Do you know why that is? Why
Why?
she did that? Steve mentioned it to me last Tuesday. She's a touring professional who was stopping by.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought because Steve said it was her first time, and I'm like...
Steve did not know it was not her first time until after she was done.
Yeah, okay, because everybody was like, oh my god, this one's really good.
No, she like tours around and shit.
That makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah.
And then, halfway through the last person, who I forget who it was, I think it might have been Shane. I think Shane was last.
Okay.
This guy wearing...
By then, the whole audience is just sobbing openly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He just throws up a whole hot dog. We were having chicken parmesan that night. Everyone was to swallow one in between his boxed wine. That's
all of the cum.
That's my favorite. That smells like the most cum. He's great.
I just can't.
I can't even.
When I think of the funniest people in the Harrisburg area in comics, my two names are Keith Paradise and Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
You're just biased to people who look like Keith Paradise. Okay.
There's a slight similarity there.
Okay, so Shane's on stage, and then this guy like rattly comes walking in, goes up to the lacrosse group over there, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up, guys?" He's high-fiving, and Shane's just like standing there. He's waiting.
Oh god, what a great way to end the night.
He's just standing there waiting. He stopped his set and just stood there waiting. And the guy's like yelling and high-fiving. He's got like an army jacket and camouflage and boots, but he's got one of those leather hats that you'd expect on a gay person to wear, like a leather hat with a chain around it. Yeah. And the moment he goes to sit down, he's like, Shane's like, "You realize we can hear everything you just said, right?" And he's like, "You know what? I could do that comedy stuff you're doing." So he's just like saying stuff at the end of Shane's set, and then he eventually just gets off. And we're about to end the show, and
he wants to go again.
Really? And the guy who came in wanted to go up and do a set, even though he was not prepared. He just walked in and he's like, "I could do that."
Yeah, those people make me want to kill myself.
So Steve is like, "Well, it is open mic. I'm just going to let you do it." And he's plastered at this point. He's like, "I don't give a fuck."
That sounds like the Steve I know.
Oh, really? How about that?
Just like me before we revamp the show.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck what happens, just do shit.
So the guy walks up there and he says, and the first impression of this guy, I don't like him at all.
Well, no, that's because he approached the stage as a giant dick fuck. That's why.
And here now starts the official starting.
It's like if I showed up to your job and said, "Step aside, I can put in glass." Just no, and you're like, no, no, I got this. No, don't worry. I look out windows all the time. Don't worry. I know glass. Trust me. I know glass.
Let me tell you a little secret. Anyone can do it. Anyone can fucking install Windows. It's not hard. He's gotta be able to pick up a window.
So he gets up and he's like,
My point still stands.
He's like, "Yeah, this is my first time doing comedy, I guess." Alright, so...
I guess.
I
couldn't quite remember.
So he proceeds to say something
I think I was funny once. I don't.
He proceeds to say something along the lines of, "So, what kind of rules you guys got here?" And Steve's like, "Honestly, as long as you don't offend anybody, nobody cares." And he's like, "All right, so I can say fuck," and and he drops the N-word, and and Lemaire is sitting like right next to me, and he just goes, "Oh," and he just like sinks lower into his chair and just gets this like absolutely frustrated look on his face. He just keeps shaking his head because this guy talks about some of the just no. just no.
It's like Val's younger brother went and had a night on stage.
Yeah, he's basically all the most offensive parts about Valak wrapped into one shitty body.
Yeah. You know what I like most? You know what I like most about Lemaire?
Yeah.
Is that he is very opinionated about, the other things that people say on stage and shit like that, but he never alludes to it unless you're looking at him and you can just tell that that it's all running through his head like, this is awful. You should shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because he knew this guy was awful. And that's when Riley walks in and I pretty much just tune the guy out on stage and I start talking to him. But here's the best thing that happened that night.
Go on.
When I went on stage, my first word, the first thing I said was, I am Casey Coulter, or as those of you who were here last week knew me as, Heath Walkemeyer. Heath Walkemeyer is sitting in the back, and he just emits a very loud, huh. And then he goes, "You were serious? You did my set last week?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I stood up here and pretended to be you." And he goes, "I'd like to see that." And I was like, "Yeah, I recorded. I can show it to you." He's like, "Show me after your set." So after I'm done doing everything, I walk down, and we go outside to where it's quieter, and I show him the whole thing on my phone. And he laughs at all of his own jokes.
And at that point, he's like, "Well, you do a better job than I do. Here's the bread suit. Here's the new Heath."
No.
It's like when Batman retired.
he like has Casey get down on one knee and takes the crazy straw.
I'm Bequeef meme.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. I'd be Bequeef.
That's terrible.
That's awesome.
We need a bread pun for like air. And by H-E-I-R.
Oh!
I was going to say bread rice.
Yeah. But anyway, no, the thing that he told me after I showed him the whole set was the last thing I was expecting him to say to me. So he's watching, he's like, yeah, And then I'm like, okay, so there you go. And he turns through and he goes, "Honestly, I think you have a really good stage presence. If you keep it up."
That's pretty funny.
And the week following when you were there, he says the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, you were talking to somebody else and he was talking to me about crack.
As he does.
Yeah, as he is wont to do.
And yeah, he's pretty much said the same thing. I think you have really good stage presence and you could go far if you try hard enough. I'm like, okay.
He believes in you, Casey.
That is not very not very encouraging, really.
That's pretty funny.
I swear to God, he's you from the future.
If I ever have a chance to time travel, I'm going to stay far away from it. And when I do that, Heath will stop existing in this timeline. We'll all forget who he is.
That's funny.
I think the only thing you need to not do is crack.
Well, I think I got that covered.
You're winning right now. Yeah, you're already ahead.
Just don't do drugs. Do pizza do pizza like the Ninja Turtles told you to until we took them down because nobody likes the Ninja Turtles.
What?
Fuck you! I like the Ninja Turtles.
I do too, but nobody else does. Everybody else sits there and bashes the Ninja Turtles.
Everybody will hate the Ninja Turtles when Michael Bay releases his movie.
Speaking of which, they released the trailer last Friday.
Yeah, I saw it.
The Ninja Turtles?
It looked alright.
Yeah, it looks alright. They look fucking weird.
Yeah,
and like the first time they meet April, who is played by Megan Fox
with her yellow suit.
Yeah,
it has to be yellow.
I can't. No.
Yeah,
she's a whore.
She's like running around on rooftops for some reason, and they all just like start dropping around. And Mikey comes up and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, we're turtles." And he takes off his mask like, "You don't fucking do that!"
Everybody will know you're a turtle!
Yeah! And then the
I
fact
just like the phrase, don't worry, we're turtles.
Yeah! and it's like, it's not even like, it's like,
There's the subtitle of that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't worry.
we're turtles.
The part that pisses me off the most is that they replaced the Foot Clan.
Oh yeah, they made it
They're,
like
they're no longer ninjas.
they made it believable now.
They're corporate hitmen.
Yeah.
kind of what they did. Kind of what they did with Transformers.
Fucking Splinter's an actual human guy, and how they became turtles. It was like a
lab experiment?
It was like it was a lab experiment that they just mutated into like turtle-esque people, and apparently their shells aren't even shells. They're just like shit strapped on their backs. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Bad.
I'm
That's a bad
done.
sign.
They look, their faces look fucking goofy as shit. Like there I forget who did it. It was either College Humor or Dorkly or something.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, they had a progression of like 4 different ones.
No,
Like
it's not
it was the new CGI turtles with the same like face and mouth shape as the originals, and then it progressed into what they look like now. And like the second and the third one looked alright. The third, I would have rather liked the second one. The first one is just way too much like the original.
Yeah.
And with the original face and the new everything else just kind of looked weird. But the second one I felt like had a good combination of everything.
I think we should just stop with all the CGI crap and just go back.
Have real turtles with swords and shit.
I was gonna say go back to the Jim Henson costumes
Yes.
from the 80s.
Yes. Oh my
Where
god.
they
I love
looked
that.
like they were on
that.
some sort of drugs.
Yeah.
At some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
But like they got like smashed in faces and like they almost
Yeah.
got like Voldemort noses and
Here's
shit.
what I think about it.
What the fuck?
I knew that the project was in trouble when they used Dana Carvey as a model from that Disguise. Then it was all downhill from
Oh
there.
my god.
I forget who it was. It might have been Angel. I'm not sure. But I saw a post on Facebook about the 5th Ninja Turtle.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
And to pick fun,
Botticelli.
no, to pick fun at the
Good choice.
what the
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles look like now. It showed a mugshot of a black guy whose face was like really distorted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it what
Seal?
it said meet the 5th Ninja Turtle Nigarello.
That sounds like a really weird cigarette.
Cigarella.
There it is. Ah!
Let me see that.
Yeah.
Wes, do you feel like editing this and
There it
putting it
is.
on screen? Oh my Jesus.
That-
his lips are his entire face.
It looks like a turtle beak.
Put that
Put that
on
on?
screen on the
Okay.
video.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you find the time.
Okay.
Because I know you're busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Oh,
Barry, edit
sweet.
that in.
Sweet.
Barry, edit that in.
Barry!
He drops from the sling.
Yeah, that was a Power Ranger Ninja Turtle crossover.
All
Right
right, so let's move on.
So it seemed.
So speaking of me being very busy and work-related things and everything,
Oh.
I have now officially seen it all. I can go home and I can kill myself like tomorrow or whenever I decide to live here.
All right,
Okay.
I'm strapping myself in.
Am I the new host?
Okay,
Sure.
hold on.
You done?
I'm
He's
ready.
strapped.
Okay. Fucking. I was.
Sometimes
He's
for
going
the
uphill.
hold on. Sometimes for the purpose of a joke, I wish I was a girl. Hold on.
Okay,
Strap in.
now I'm strapping to this.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I was in effort on Monday and Tuesday on a job, and I guess he's the foreman. I'm not sure if he's the owner or what the fuck is he. But he's not. He doesn't sound Southern in any way. But he walks over to me and he says, "Hey, you need safety glasses on." And I wasn't wearing safety glasses. Like it's a rule here and everything. And he explains to me, "Oh yeah, sure, no problem." And he walks away and I notice he's wearing a cowboy hat, a white cowboy hat, and everyone else is wearing hard hats. And I'm thinking,
Good.
all right, what the fuck, guy? You bitch at me because I'm not wearing safety glasses, but you're not wearing a hard hat.
It's the longest incline ever.
And that was Monday. Tuesday, he walked right by me, and his hat shimmered. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And he turns around, and there's the knob for the fucking hard hat. It's like this fucking line. It's got the fucking curled brim in it. I'm like, holy fuck! I don't know what the purpose of that is. I can't see how it's OSHA certified, but cowboy hard hats.
That was a
Google
good one.
that, please.
Let's go again.
I tried. I can't find anything.
Let's go again. Let's tell that story again. I want to go again.
Cowboy hard hats.
Okay.
Shut up.
I know. So the diner.
Yeah.
How could you not find this when you looked it up? There's like 40 of them as top results.
Shut up.
I'll just be over here not looking at it.
Put
that on screen. Too.
I was
Yep.
Barry!
Barry!
I was looking at something else. Do you want to tell about the diners, or do you want me to tell about the diners?
We can joint tell it.
Okay.
Jesus.
Do you want to tell the first one? I'll tell the second one.
All right. So
You're right. Now we can all kill ourselves.
yeah, I went on a roller coaster ride as a very over the top analogy. So you can kill yourself for that too.
Over the top.
Over the top. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, the same week that I did stand up and all that,
The last time he was here.
Last
Yes.
time I was here.
we decided, okay, let's go to a diner, and we couldn't decide where exactly we wanted to go.
Yep.
So what was the name of the one that we went to
Vegas.
first?
We chose wrong.
We chose wrong. we pull up, and we're basically like, this looks like somebody's house.
Yes.
We walk in, and there's probably no one in there who is the same age as our ages combined.
Yeah.
There's like 5 of us.
Yeah. It was us three and Stacy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay,
know
there
some
was
of the
4 of
people.
us.
Erica was here, but she left early.
Yeah.
To go
Yeah,
do-
yeah.
to
So
go do
we
pizza.
the instant we walk in there and we see all these old people, we're like,
Simultaneously, all the old people just like turn and toward
Yeah.
us. And
and we all just go,
Shit.
It was like that scene from Pee-wee's Big Adventure where
Yeah.
he goes, "Large Marge sent me in the hill."
Large Marge is scary. Did I say that?
That whole movie's got some creepy shit.
Yeah,
to
I
it.
think so. So yeah, we all just go, oh.
yeah.
and
And
we
like,
just like we all huddle up.
yeah, there was waitresses walking around. We'll be with you y'all in a second.
And we
And I'm like,
Oh, you
all right, we need to huddle, and we get in a legitimate huddle, and
Yeah,
we're
we
talking. about-
literally huddled.
we're just like, what are we gonna do, guys? We can't be here.
And I'm just like, they're staring at us. And like, yeah, I just like walked out the door.
Yeah, that was it.
So then we went down the road to 81 Diner, and Riley and I sometimes go there when he
This
stays
is good.
here.
And there were about half as many old people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But we walked
Because
in.
Mangus's is better.
Yeah.
Really, their food is just fucking great.
I enjoyed it very much.
We walked in, and the very little people that were in there, like,
They were this big.
there's
Very little people.
there's other people in here, and
They all have
she's like, go ahead and find a place to go ahead and find a place
We
to
had the
sit.
most southern.
Yeah,
We had the most waitress style waitress.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Called
got
us y'all and everything.
y'all. She's got the southern accent.
Yeah. And I made the joke that the combined the
You
youngest
said
person at 81 is still older than our
Try again, Chief.
the youngest person in the restaurant was younger. I forget which.
The oldest person at the 81 diner was younger than the youngest person at Magus's.
No, I worded
That's
it different. That the youngest person at 81 was
I tried.
Was
Are
still-
you folks at home writing this down?
was still
Because you're
younger
gonna need
than-
to keep
than-
up.
our
quiz.
our four
Good
ages
test,
combined, our 4 ages added together times the age of the busboy who was like 17 or 18.
You tried way too hard
Fucking,
to nail that.
I don't remember.
You tried way too.
I
hard.
have to void a lot of shit out of my head for work.
I've noticed.
Your busboy was probably Adam, and he's 19.
The fuck if I know, or I really care anyway. He didn't do shit for us.
You're doing improper math.
I'm not drunk! I can do math when I'm drunk. I don't know why. I get smart when I'm drunk. I should be drunk more.
That's a great idea.
It is a
I'm
great
so
idea.
smart, and I'm not even drunk yet.
It's a great idea.
I'll be doing particle physics in no time.
Oh,
So,
God.
April
sat in,
Fools.
we sat in the fire room, by the way.
Yeah, we sat in the
there was
fire.
more to this story. Yes, go on.
Yeah.
I forgot there was more.
That was
We also pulled up and we're at someone else's house again.
I looked at, it was definitely another
And then
house
the little like looked like extension of the building, which is only like it's not even as bad as this room. Oh,
guest starring on the podcast, motorcycle.
it looked like someone's house. Like there was a little fake fireplace and like house decorations and shit.
We were in what was definitely the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got what was called upside down pizza bake. It
Looks
was
good.
okay.
There were too many words in that title.
Upside down pizza bake. And then on my check it was just up arrow pizza.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Up
I like
pizza.
it. I like it.
Give that woman a Pulitzer.
Who?
A Pulitzer.
I'll give her a pool.
No. Please no.
Alright, tell you that.
April Fools.
April Fools.
Yeah.
I have two things to say about April Fools. And first off, Obama gave a speech about the healthcare thing on April 1st. And I was hoping so much that he would come out and go, members of Congress, members of the press, April Fools, I'm out, bitches. And he just like dance off stage. Yeah. Woo! He would just like dance off stage. I thought that would have been incredible. But no, you just fucking talk about healthcare or whatever.
You had to be serious.
Yeah, he's been talking about that for months. God, say something else.
Gotcha.
Something else.
That's great. I got you.
Like strippers and balloons right
At the same time.
Yeah, the strippers fall pretty fast.
Stripper balloons.
Blow up
The
dolls.
balloons don't show up because
Yeah,
it's full of
yeah.
helium, but just pop them off.
So there was a lot of gaming companies do April Fool's pranks.
I
A
did.
lot. You
My
know.
favorite was the
Blizzard.
Titanfall one,
Oh, that one was really cool.
where they
yeah.
introduced Optimus Prime as,
Oh,
as,
yeah, I
as a
heard
new
about that.
Titan.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
I was like, I
Blizzard
wish that
always
wasn't
does
a
shit.
joke.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that was more or less my point. Capcom did an April Fool's
Oh,
joke
did they?
that just
We're
spurred
bringing
the
back
pot.
We're bringing back Mega Man.
Yeah,
Is that what they did?
Wait,
They
Mega Man
released-
left?
they released specs for a new design for Mega Man X
Oh god.
that just looks incredible.
Mega Man Y.
No, it's still Mega Man X.
Mega Man
It just
Z.
looks really fucking good.
And
And
they were like,
And it was incredibly detailed, like all sorts of information about it, not just the look or whatever.
Okay.
And it looked really good. It was decently like Tron-like. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
put that on screen too.
God damn it.
Barry!
Barry!
Get out of the rafters! We need you to do work.
Get out of the raptors. We need you.
Stop being eaten by dinosaurs!
Is that what Raptors sound like?
But
Sure.
they mentioned this really detailed thing about the new Mega Man X and the design that they were working on, and then it just turned out to be an April Fool's joke.
That's mean.
It pissed off everybody.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
See, here's my outlook on April Fool's jokes. When you do it in that manner, when you get everybody's hopes, let me see this.
Isn't that like the most badass looking thing ever?
That was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. And they went, no, no. And what's even worse is that.
Gotcha, bitches.
Oh, I got 2 bitches. Oh, Mom was behind the whole time. Buy my healthcare. So
It's not a joke.
what was
It's not a joke, but it is to everybody anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that thing? I'm on Facebook and somebody sent me a thing. It's an emoticon, but it's like fucking huge and terrifying.
Is it Frank or Z?
The smiley face.
No.
Do it.
No. But
No!
what was made even what they think was made even worse was that after April Fool's they took it down. Most people leave the thing up like, it was an April Fool's joke, enjoy it. I think they, from what I understand, they either realized they made a horrible mistake by poking the Mega Man
Yeah, you
fans,
shouldn't do that.
or 2, maybe they thought, maybe we should do something about this. And that's a very hopeful outlook on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that. Capcom just decided at one point, be like,
Fuck Mega Man.
Yeah, like everybody wants more Mega Man. I guess that means we should stop making Mega Man.
There's a guy I watch on YouTube.
Hey, do you guys like Devil May Cry? Do ya? Because guess what? We got a new game for you. And it's terrible. I hope you like it.
There's a guy I like on YouTube who follows who's.
Is it Markiplier?
No, but I'm going to talk about him too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm still on the Markiplier.
Dude,
kick.
I love Markiplier now.
the best.
Thank you.
I like Markiplier too. I'm not gonna lie, but still, stop.
Well, I'm really just going to mention the game I watched.
All right.
Now you're going to stop submitting applications for Game Grumps and
I'm
just
going to apply to Markiplier.
all-
I want to be the new Markiplier.
all of your podcast,
Your
all the podcasts
face
you're
is gonna
in,
have
you're just
to
gonna
go-
send them to Markiplier with like hearts and stuff. Like, we love
Or
you.
your face is gonna have to get a lot more rectangular.
Yes, it is. But the guy I follow on YouTube is really big on fighting games and stuff, so he follows everything on fighting games.
I think you might have mentioned that.
Yeah, I think I have. He made an excellent point that you remember when DLC characters were released for SNK versus Capcom, and they released Pac-Man and Mega Man, but it was original box art, fat with a gun Mega Man.
Yeah.
He said, "That's your April Fool's prank,
Yeah.
not this shit."
Like I was gonna say earlier, my outlook on April Fools. That when you make it clever, it's funny.
Yes.
When you make it obnoxious or stupid or hurtful, then it's not. No, nobody likes that.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
Not a single, no.
Like Google.
Who
Not a
thinks
single
that is a good idea for a fighting game? God damn it!
Funny.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
It's like
wrong
me on
with you?
Halloween.
What?
It is. You should do that for Halloween. You should be bots art Mega Man.
I'm Mega Man. Pew pew.
Wesley bought a morph suit, cut the face out.
Yeah.
Look at the face. Look at that fucking face. What the fuck is this? Who's looked at that and said, "No, it's good"?
It's
No.
like I will eat your children. I will shoot them with my laser gun first, and then I will eat them.
That's your April Fool's joke.
I
No.
like my children charbroiled.
Junkie.
This year, Google and YouTube both did really good stuff. They put Pokemon in Google Maps.
Yes, I saw
That's
that.
pretty cool.
That was
yeah.
funny. They also had a thing where you could optionally put David Hasselhoff in all of the images you search for. That was
Nice.
really good.
Nice.
I want to put David Hasselhoff in a picture with David Hasselhoff.
It's just everywhere.
It's David Hasselhoff drunk on the floor eating another David Hasselhoff.
I forget what they called it, but it was really funny. It was a really great pun. But whatever.
Oh, that's
I
a
can't
shame.
remember it. Oh, it was Hoffsome. Hashtag
All right,
Hoffsome.
all right.
I liked it. And YouTube's prank was they put out a video on their channel, which for some reason has like only 14 million subscribers.
I don't understand why
It's weird.
its own website needs it.
I don't know, but they released a video. My favorite prank that they've done was they released this thing called the YouTube Experience.
Yeah.
Which was like a set of DVDs that was like all the best viral videos or whatever. That was funny. But this one, they're like, from the very beginning when YouTube was founded, we've been behind the scenes creating all your favorite viral videos.
I heard about that.
That's
yeah.
what we do. And they got a whole bunch of like people who were on viral videos, and they made it look like they were filming behind the scenes.
I feel like
That's pretty cool.
they do that every year.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
And then
I noticed another YouTube prank that you guys might not have seen.
No, probably not. I didn't see that.
If you looked at your analytics the next day, your it said that your reviews on April 1st was 0.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. I just ignored it because I was like, yeah, it's totally typical of YouTube.
Yeah.
Thinking I had 0 views.
I knew I didn't because Charles Barkley does like 100 a day.
Yeah.
That's because
It's terrible.
it's
It is
terrible.
terrible. It's apparently been terrible 12,700 times.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah.
I think my most popular video has just shy of 1,000.
Oh yeah?
That's what's it called? It's a Mario Paint composition.
Oh yeah.
Witch Doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's my most viewed video.
nice.
Awesome.
On my Stuff You Probably Wondered channel, it's the Why is 13 an unlucky number?
Which is interesting because before you took them off of your actual channel and moved them, it was like the least watched one.
Well, that's because it had just come out when I changed everything. Do you know why that one's the most popular?
Because a bunch of people it got passed around.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
my mom was like, I want to show a whole bunch of people at work these videos, and that's the one I told her to go see.
Mhm.
So it like jumped up by like 100 views.
No. So I'm looking at your most viewed videos.
Oh yeah, this is funny. All the stuff that my most viewed videos, it's funny.
It's really interesting. I mean, it's mostly Mario. Like the top, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top 5 of 8 are the Mario Paint stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But what I like is that your Wind Waker episode
Yeah,
with that
the ship's only 2.
with that fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
That nobody knows how to do, and that's why
Yeah, that
apparently
one.
nobody knows how to
Also,
do it. That's
an
why it gets
episode of-
searched a lot.
Also, an episode of Terraria called "Sex is Hard to Survive."
Well, that one's actually way down there.
Oh, is it? I
Well,
thought it was still at the top 10.
it's 7. It is out of the top 10.
Yeah.
But view-wise, it's completely different. Your Mario Witch Doctor, the Mario Paint Witch Doctor one is the first one. It's 654.
Yeah.
Your Wind Waker one is 633. Just
Oh,
right
really?
fucking behind it.
Yeah, because that one actually, out of all my top 10 or top most viewed videos, that one has the most like audience retention because that's what they're looking for.
Right. Audience retention is tough to keep on.
I don't care.
It's tough.
I've said this many times before. I make videos for fun.
I'm just making it a challenge that to have a video with a very high audience retention. I had an idea for a video the other day.
Well, the Charles Barkley one is super
Oh, it's-
high because it's 2 seconds long.
It's very high. I don't think anybody's ever watched it just once. Audience retention. Oops, I clicked the wrong diddle. Doodle diddle.
Deal.
The tittle.
150%.
There you
Straight
go.
across the board. Except for the last second, which is at 6%, because for whatever reason it's so short that even audience retention goes, we gotta add some shit.
People
To
are
your meter
so
here.
people have such short attention spans. You get to, that's true. Okay, that's enough.
No, I can piece it together from here.
That's
I actually had an idea for a YouTube video I'm going to make that might get me
Famous?
potentially millions of views,
Okay.
and it's going to be like 30 seconds long.
Okay.
All I'll tell you is that the title is "How to Instantly Get Thousands of Subscribers on YouTube."
it's just dick spinning around.
It's a remix of Charles Barkley going, "That's terrible."
There you go.
You know, actually, I always look at what was searched across all my videos so I can figure out how people found me and stuff like that. And you know, there's a whole bunch of different things for Charles Barkley. One of the search results for Charles Barkley that made me almost want to put this video together was Charles Barkley, that's terrible, 10-hour loop. If I wanted to kill myself, maybe I would make that. But no, that's not going to happen. That would be funny as fuck.
That's sad.
That's terrible.
That's
That's
terrible.
terrible. What do you know? It's
God.
terrible.
That's bad. So last week I talked to Riley about this. There's a song that I used to. I wasn't in love with it, but I used to listen to it quite a bit. It's a country song called Beta Hook. And last
Okay.
week
You lost me at country songs.
Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Same here.
So anyway,
last
Majority
week.
rules. No, majority rules.
No, it segues into something good.
I don't care. Majority rules.
I realized that I really hate it because this guy is like, he's a bitch because his girlfriend left him, and
it's
he's
a country song.
yeah. Well, it's
Continue.
What
Yeah,
about-
on.
I heard you had to drive him home after 2 umbrella drinks. I heard he's got a Prius because he's into being green. My buddy said he saw y'all eating that sushi stuff. Baby, that don't sound like you. That don't sound like love. It sounds like it sucks. He can't even bait a hook. He can't even skin a buck.
Oh, bait a
Yeah.
hook. I thought you meant beta like the Greek letter
No,
beta.
country people
Yeah.
don't know what beta is.
No,
He don't know who Jack Daniels is. He ain't ever drove a truck. He knows.
nobody knows who Jack Daniels is.
Yeah, I think you said that. One of you or Riley said it.
One of you are right.
Yeah.
Well, we are practically the same person to most people.
Knows how to throw out a line, but not the kind in a Field and Stream book. It took me like 6 months to figure out what that meant. He knows how to throw out pickup lines, but he doesn't know how to go fishing because he can't bait a hook. No, darling, I ain't even worried. You'll come running back. He can't even bait a hook. What makes him think just because he can't do any of this shit, she's gonna come right back to him?
Hey, baby, I
Because
have
it's
to
a
go bass
country
fishing.
song.
Well, yeah, there's that.
One of my
He's a jackass.
okay.
I hate it so
I
much. I can't listen to it
I'm
anymore.
glad you've come around to the right side.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Welcome to the white side.
no.
Yeah, it's way over here.
That's what country music is about, white
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Except Darius Rucker, but I think he's kind of white.
Yeah, so's Obama. Go on.
I think it's Big and Rich that has a song about what happens when you play a country song backwards.
Yeah.
I think that's really funny.
It started as a joke, and then they
yeah.
realized, well, let's go make a song out of it.
My stepdad said he went to a Big and Rich concert. He said it was mostly more
It
like
was small and poor.
it was more like a comedy act with songs in it.
Well, they're pretty funny people.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Who are the guys in that again?
Big and
Big
Rich.
and Rich.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, what are their names?
I have
Big
no
and
idea.
Rich.
Thank you.
Hold on.
I like their accent. One of them won the Celebrity Apprentice.
Okay.
He was really fucking good.
Tommy Big and Richie Rich.
Okay.
Big Kenny and John Rich.
John Rich.
I was close.
John Rich won the Celebrity Apprentice.
Big Kenny seems like a guy you'd be in prison.
Yeah.
Yes.
doesn't he?
Yes. Before we get too far off track,
Okay.
the segue into this.
Segue.
I have a game.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
Huh?
It involves music.
Is it country?
No.
Good. I'm in.
It's now time for another rousing game of verbose lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Three-
shit! Yeah. Now
Three
I
of
fucking
I
pay
have
attention.
5. 3 of them I came up with on my own. 2 of them I pulled from the internet.
I'll think of some. Really?
Yes.
Is this a thing?
Governor Google.
Post song lyrics
Yeah.
is an actual thing. Really?
Dude, yeah. There's an actual. I forgot.
I didn't know that. I thought I made it up.
I'll have to-
Damn it.
I'll have to link you the website. There's like
I'm not gonna look at it.
there's like a page like they have the
Fuck you,
verbose
guy.
lyrics. Then you have to.
I'm not
like,
gonna look
what song
at it because
is,
I
like,
want
what
to
the
make
actual
up my
lyrics
own
are.
stuff.
Easy one.
Understandable.
Easy one came from the internet.
That pisses me off. I thought that was my idea.
I'm sorry.
was.
Number 1.
Maybe somebody heard our stuff and was like, "That's a good idea. I'm gonna make a website out of that."
Number 1. There is no reason to be afraid of the skeletal fellow wearing a robe and carrying a
Don't
sign.
fear the Reaper.
Thank you. I figured we'd start with an easy one.
Okay. I'm good at games like this.
We need to be good at games like this.
Number 2.
Start spitting out movie quotes. I'll get that shit.
From the internet. You may engage in displaying primitive rhythmic movements of your hips, legs, and arms
Like Jagger. Moves like Jagger.
to the sweet strains of pounding music should you so desire.
Oh.
Fuck.
Shake your groove thing.
I'm not sure how this is supposed to be the song,
Shake your
good.
booty.
Good.
but they said it was a song. It's Safety Dance.
Read it
The
again.
safety dance is this.
Yeah.
You
make an
may
ass,
you
and
oh
then
no
another
okay
ass.
all right I get it now. You may engage in displaying primitive rhythmic movements of your hips, legs, and arms to the sweet strains of pounding music should you so desire. You can
But they
dance if
said-
you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Yeah, that was a bit of a stretch.
That's stupid.
That's terrible.
All right,
That's terrible.
number 3, one I came up with.
Okay.
There lacks the approach of the end of a night while isolated, similar to an arc of colors formed in the sky caused by the refraction and dispersion of the sun's light by rain or other water droplets in the
Well, there's
atmosphere.
rainbow in there somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere over there.
But that first
I forgot
half,
the first part already, yeah.
that first half was just like
There lacks the approach of
have more can do have like or
There-
something like that.
there lacks the approach of the end of a night while isolated, similar to an arc of colors.
See, that doesn't make sense in my head.
I
No.
kind of came up with it in the middle of the night.
Sounds like it.
There lacks the approach of the end of a night. You've been left on your own, like a rainbow in the dark.
Got it.
Don't know that song.
I know that song.
You don't know Rainbow in the Dark?
I used to think it was the Scorpions who got that
No, it's
song.
Dio.
Yeah, I know. They
Um,
sound the same to me for some reason.
kinda.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah. I thought you did-
Number.
How many of them do you have? 5?
Oh,
I have
number
5. Yes.
5, okay.
Whenever thou hast desires to put an end to the existence of my blazer, grasp a hold of this particular piece of string while I saunter
the sweater song.
while I saunter off in the
The
opposite
sweater
direction.
song?
The sweater song.
Yeah.
Weezer.
Oh, okay.
I hate that song.
I hate Weezer.
I don't like
This should be really fucking easy.
Oh, good.
I don't know why.
It's our own theme song.
I don't know why I enjoy doing this, but
because
I
we can do that again.
Wait, good.
Let me get through it before you start guessing.
Finish.
Cease and desist. Come together and heed my words. A brittle, transparent, crystalline solid has returned with a recently discovered gadget and/or doohickey. Suddenly, I was firmly seized as I moved along like a barbed spear-like missile attached to a long rope. You made
Punching snakes in the face.
I love that song.
Alright, you're gonna need to go slower.
Boot stomping possums.
Cease. All right, I won't even do the last part. You should be able to get it from the first part.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cease and desist. Come together and heed my words. A brittle, transparent, crystalline solid has returned with a recently
It's Ice
discovered.
Baby.
Thank you. Stop, collaborate, and
I
listen.
thought it was
Ice
when
is
you-
back with my brand new invention.
I thought it was that at first, and then you just went off on like a tangent of words, and I'm like, okay, I don't get it.
I wonder how many of these he Googled.
Yeah.
No, I came up with all these on my. I did have to use a thesaurus.
A thesaurus.
I thought.
A dinosaur?
Yeah, I had to use a stegosaurus. Stegosaurus? What is this word? Thank you.
That's funny.
I
If it wouldn't take me 20 minutes to write one, I would do it
Yeah.
right
I kind of want to start doing them. Not like all the
They're fun.
time, but like sporadically.
now. We need a theme song for that shit.
I'll make one.
There you go.
Cause did we talk about that? How I made
You make excellent theme songs.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Excellent
talked about that
songs in
several
general.
No, not
You
that.
made me a new one.
Yeah, Ducks
Yeah.
in the Wind.
Nice.
I wrote
Oh, I
Ducks
was
in
just
the
thinking about the theme song.
Wind. Oh yeah,
I'm working on a new series for my channel.
I threw that together with the touchpad because I
Yeah.
forgot my mouse at home. But yeah, I did it.
That's pretty awesome. Is it strange that when I first listened to it, I'm like, it's pretty good. Sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, because
When I said sound like,
'cause I
oh, this is my old theme, remastered. Yeah, okay. I like that. I thought it was excellent. It's going to be a fun show that I'm going to put together someday.
Cool.
Eventually.
Which one of you two were working on Mega Man style theme songs for people?
that was me.
The one that makes
For some reason, I thought it was you.
I'd like to work on it, but like I said, I didn't have my mouse. But I will get to it. I'm working on Kyle's next.
What?
Working on Kyle's theme song next. This
We're all
is
getting theme songs.
we're all getting theme songs. This is the new theme song for Lennon.
Nice.
I love it. It's going to be really fucking cool. The series itself is going to be fun. I received from my good buddy Rolls the other day his library.
He's still alive?
He is somewhere.
Oh yeah, I love this idea. It's
I
fantastic.
think it's a great idea.
It's a flash drive he pulled out of his
Watch you land that spirit game.
I have every Game Boy Advance game ever made.
Mhm.
As an emulator right now.
Does this count as just English or any language?
I think it's any language. I think it's everything. So I'm gonna pick some at random
Mhm.
and play them and see what happens, and see how many of them are complete shit.
Nice. Are you going to do a full Let's Play of Japanese Pokemon?
Maybe.
I'd love to see that.
Yes.
I have a problem with it though.
It's Japanese.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's not. I have no problem with that whatsoever. That's just more of the fun. My problem is that on the emulator that I use, I like to hide. If I'm using an emulator for something, I really like to hide the fact that I'm using an emulator.
Yeah.
Because, you shouldn't show that if you can't help it.
Yeah, that's what I've learned.
Is it in my hand? I can't.
Okay, that was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
That was very funny.
Still
On
upset
this-
by that for some reason.
On this particular emulation, rote battery, as in
Yeah.
appears every single time a Pokemon is encountered or you send one out. So in
Okay.
battle, it automatically does it twice.
Okay,
It does it when the opponent shows up, and then it's gone for like a second, and then
It
it
did
shows
that
up
for
again.
me when I was playing Fire Red.
Yeah.
And also,
It bugs the fuck out of me.
For-
I had to cut around it so much in my
so
video.
anyone who watches Cat McMuffin, my Let's Play channel, I'm doing Pokemon Black next. I recorded the
Nice.
first 2 episodes because I was so excited.
Cool.
I didn't realize, I didn't test it enough
Mhm.
to see how everything works because I have to use Bandicam because Fraps doesn't like what I'm using.
Oh, okay.
It works for some things, but not all things. So at this time I had to use Bandicam. So I have to quickly stop and start when I'm getting close to 10 minutes, which I've learned how to do really well.
Yeah.
But I learned...
You need to fix that. You need to stop.
Whenever...
You don't need to stop.
You need to stop.
I know, but I'll get to it.
Okay.
Originally, these first 2 episodes, right in the middle of it, it shows the save file you're loading.
Yeah.
I did that by accident, but I fixed it. So
Okay.
it's just going to be those first 2 episodes.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, other than that, it's big and blocky and kind of annoying. But other than that, it's just those 2 episodes. So while we're on the topic of let's plays, I have something to reveal because I think it's about time that I start revealing it.
Okay.
So last summer, if you listened
yeah.
to the podcast that far back, we talked about this.
I'm Markiplier.
I'm Santa Claus.
It was bad cocaine!
I fucking love that video.
I'm Whitford Brimsley.
Steel blow man! It was made of cocaine!
He was made of snow, and don't you know I'm higher than a plane? Best Markiplier video, hands
I
down.
just peeked out the audio. Anyway.
You'll be fine.
We only do it because we love you.
Last summer, I did a thing called Captain's Co-op Summer, in which me and Stacy and also me and Lennon played games together.
I feel like that was
I
last
love
summer.
the games that we played together.
I think all we did 4 of them. All 4
We
of them.
did 4?
No, us 2, we did 2.
Oh, okay. I was
But
gonna
4 total. I thought all of them were great.
I thought they were excellent.
They had such great moments. And
Which
Stacy's
is
still
that one
constantly
time.
The Great Moments compilation video is funny as hell.
I should link that too.
Yeah.
Put that in Barry! Oh,
Hey!
no.
Yeah!
We're gonna need a link dump for this.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a Barry.
He's the bat in the ball.
I was watching
And
some
the
of his
attic.
old ones, and for Blue or Gary Oko, whatever you want to call him, for the rival, I gave him the voice of I tried to make him sound like Sonic,
I remember
but it
that.
ended up being actual Gary's voice from the anime, and I didn't realize it.
That's funny as hell.
And I have some really great edits that I completely forgot about that aren't in the compilation. In the second episode, because every time Gary comes on screen, I'm like, gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Ryan loves that so much.
Who?
Ryan, number 2.
Oh yeah, Ryan.
The quiet one.
Yeah, I got that. Stacey says something like, "All right, Granks," and I'm like, "Yeah, Granks. That's my new name for you now because I can't pronounce it well enough because I gotta go fast." And it like scrolls fast, like all of us really fast.
I like it.
My favorite edit that we ever did was we were playing Kirby 64, and we were trying. It was like one of the last shards we had to get.
Okay.
And you're like, all right, so just jump in there, and if you miss, fuck them. So we'll just start over. So
Right.
I jump in the water. I throw whatever I'm throwing
Your
at.
power up.
Yeah, I throw the power up. It
It
just grazes
It
right over his
whizzes
head.
right over his head. We go.
We go.
Oh! It just
It gets
flashes
closer.
rainbow colors.
It zooms in, changes colors, then zooms way back out. Really fast.
It's awesome. I also like, oh yeah, you remember that letter of the alphabet, right? You remember the alphabet, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. It's like a bunch of symbols laid on top of each other.
So the point I'm trying to get to is we're doing something similar this summer, if I can pull it off, and I really hope I can.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Captain's Racetrack Summer, in which we're going to find 5 games, 5 racing games. What are you looking at?
I was wondering if there was water in the coffee pot.
No.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like there was gross water in the coffee pot.
You're gross water in the coffee pot. Let him finish.
So I'm gathering a group of people, friends from... You can be on if you want to. I haven't asked you because you're not on group chat very often.
I'm gonna be on it.
I'm
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
Well, I'm going
I
to
was
explain.
distracted by potentially gross water.
Okay, well, stop. It's not. It's not. Okay, so what we're going to be doing...
No, come back. I was paying attention.
We're
Now
gonna-
kiss.
No.
Now kiss.
Fight.
We're going to have...
Kiss.
it's going to be 5 racing games,
Mhm.
and we're just going to do tournament-style racing games. I don't know how it's going to work out, because I know we're definitely going to be doing Mario Kart Wii,
Mm-hmm.
or Mario Kart 64. One of
I would
those
do the Wii.
Oh, man, I'm better at 64 than Wii. Fuck
Good.
the Wii.
Good. Good.
I'm great
It's
at
fun.
the Wii one.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
So am I.
So we're going to be doing that. I also, back in the winter, I got Crash Nitro Kart, which is really fun. For the PS2, I just need more control. I just need another controller.
Okay.
So those 2 definitely. I gotta think of 3 more. Riley says he has a really obscure racing game for the PS1, I think.
All right.
So if we can find that, and he actually shows up because he says he's got to work and everything,
Yeah.
then we'll play that. But I want like 3 really like known games and 2
Biker Mice from Mars.
completely obscure games.
Twisted Metal. You could do the
Twisted Metal's not really
Oh!
a racing.
Oh!
game,
In
Oh!
the newest one for the PS3, there's actually a map that it's primarily a race, but you can still kill other people.
Well,
I have a racing game for the Wii.
what?
It's the cow racing game.
Oh yeah,
I forget what game it is, but I know.
Play.
Yeah, I know
Where
I
it's
have it.
You're on the yarn cows.
Can we play that? That'd be so fun.
Little Big Planet kart racing.
Yeah.
Matt has that.
Well,
He'll be able to hook you up.
okay. I want Matt on too, if we
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna record either at least one day, or more than one day, whatever we need.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna have everyone on at the same time because I know everyone has different schedules and we can't have too many people anyway.
Right.
So we're just gonna have like rotating people out or whatever for 5 games, and
Yep.
then also. My good friend Hank from Washington, we're going to be racing The Binding of Isaac, and maybe Crash 3. Depends on if you can get a hold of a copy or not.
Okay.
We're also, there's going to be, so what I'm planning is we're going to have like tourney-style games on the weekends, and then like when we're actually racing games to see who can finish them the first, we're going to have those like weekdays.
Cool.
Interesting. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, 1 or 2 other things. Me, Dave, and Stacy are recording the first Legend of Zelda game.
Nice.
We've recorded, I think, 7 episodes so far. And
I'm
they're
excited for those.
they're
When was
great.
the first one coming
probably after the summer. If I finish Pokemon Black before the summer starts, I'll put that out first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And also, Lennon and I, we're going to play Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Blind.
Because I've never seen it.
Neither have I.
Somehow I voted it entirely. Hello.
I've avoided the entire Legend of Zelda franchise entirely, except for Ocarina of Time.
I don't know how you did that.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I used to have Link to the Past on Game Boy Advance, and when I had the very long stretch of time when I had an actual NES, I had the first Legend of Zelda game, but I never got anywhere on it.
Ah, right.
So that's all that I know.
Okay. All right.
So I've recently completed the second of, I think there's 8 games. The super fudge chocolatey covered list of Legend of Zelda games I hope to play blind.
Yeah.
I've completed 2 already.
Yay!
I'm on a roll.
It's only been like 7 months.
Yeah, I started Wind Waker right after Captain's Co-op Summit.
Yeah. Well, you did take out the big ones, I guess.
Yeah, I wanted to do Wind Waker first, mostly because I just got a GameCube.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's brother had a copy, and he's like, "Yeah, you can just use that until you're done with it." Okay, cool.
Excellent. Very cool.
I'm just excited that I get to play a racing game.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible at shit at them. But it's gonna be it's gonna be great footage of me like driving the wrong direction on a track. I drive like I'm drunk, and it's gonna be really great commentary for me.
That'll be fun.
Just being really upset at how terrible I am.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have a rule, and that rule is you can only talk when you're playing. You
Okay.
can't talk.
Of course.
You can't
Yeah,
talk
right.
when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not playing.
That's just a production
Wesley.
thing. Yeah.
Want to play UFC?
Fuck you! I gotta fall asleep during the tutorial again.
Makes it kind of hard to wrestle, doesn't it?
Shut up.
Wrestle.
Anyway.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm very
It's
excited
going to
for
be
it.
very fun.
Yeah.
Do you have a Today I Learned?
I do.
Because I have a Today I Learned.
Go ahead. I've been talking enough all this.
Today I'm about to learn.
So you guys are all Game Grumps watchers.
Yes.
Remember, I don't remember what game they were playing, but they created their own race of terrible people called the Spinnakers.
Yes.
Wait. What?
it was like their way. I don't remember why they did it.
I don't quite remember.
I don't remember.
It
I
was
don't know
like-
what you're talking about.
No, they couldn't. They were talking about being racist or some shit, and they're like, we can't be racist except for those spinnakers, and they just like make up a race of people.
What was that from?
I don't remember what game it was. It might have been.
If it was Wind Waker, I didn't see any of that.
Might have been Wind Waker.
Okay.
It was around that time. Maybe.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was somewhere
Well,
around that time.
regardless, we got the premise.
Today I found out that a spinnaker is actually a real thing.
Oh.
It's a boring real thing. It's just like a sail on a boat.
Okay.
But I think it's just funny that they just picked a word at random and it's actually a thing.
God damn those garblefloons, and that's a real race.
Exactly, yeah.
Like several hundred light years away, they receive a message, the Game Grumps thing. What the fuck?
If these guys weren't racist, they'd be pretty damn good.
They're watching Game Grumps. They're watching old Game Grumps episodes. Oh, it's a pump bloom! Oh shit, they can see us!
So, okay, here's
To this day, because of that, I'm sorry. To this day, because of that,
Whisper pump bloom.
I still think Pumbloom is a real Pokemon.
Yeah.
Can I also just say that
No.
I have a professor named Wismer.
Spelled Satan?
Yes.
You call him Professor Pump Bloom? Because you
No.
should.
Behind his back, I do. But yeah, his it's spelled the same, pronounced the same.
Nice.
Wismer.
I think just before he
Hilarious.
gets there, go up to like the blackboard and just write
It's a
Pumbloom and have like arrows pointing at the podium.
See if anybody picks up on it.
Does he use Uproar?
No, he's a strange person though.
You show up one day, I'm Professor Loudon.
He has an X for a tail.
See evolution.
Got it. Okay.
Pokemon humor.
Okay, today I learned
Da-da-ch.
some asteroids have rings.
Really?
Cool.
Yep. They discovered recently. Mine's not as interesting as yours.
It makes sense that they would if they're
They're-
large enough.
It's a whole other species of rock.
Species.
Because for whatever reason,
Rock lobster in space.
astronomers get really excited when they see a rock that they haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Floating around
yeah.
in space.
They do.
There's this thing.
Because it's the most exciting part of their
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. There's this,
Well, I mean,
there's-
there's really good benefits from it. Like, hey, I haven't seen this rock before. It's potential that it could have some sort of element that's not found on any other planet. we
Yeah,
currently
that's
have.
very true.
Yeah.
Or it has an abundance of something that we currently lack.
Yeah.
So
So-
they wish to study.
Not that
some-
we could get it anyway.
Well, they're theorizing ways to do deep space mining,
That's cool.
preferably
I
asteroids.
actually heard there's several like really rich people who are like investing in that now.
They want to start with like unmanned probes and stuff, and then eventually do
Cool.
That's really cool.
like
I
on
think it is.
bigger asteroids. They'll do manned missions.
Yeah.
So it'll be Armageddon.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Just send Bruce Willis into space. He'll get it done.
He'll kill himself, you know. Yeah.
He'll
Oh,
get plenty of
spoilers!
shit done.
Spoilers from the '90s. I'm sorry.
Fuck that. I actually heard the other day, I forget which planet's moon it is. They found water on it.
Is it Europa?
No. But I think it's a moon from the same planet that Europa's from.
Jupiter.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I found the article, yeah.
Because Europa is a moon that's covered in ice.
Yeah, so
Like,
is this one.
The ice is like miles thick.
Yeah. Well, on this one, they say that they've discovered that in some places the ice has broken, like, open,
Huh.
and there's water. There's clearly water
That's
underneath.
Well,
So, yeah,
if
they're
there's
really,
ice, then
they're
yes,
really-
there's going to be water.
well, you know, it's all frozen fucking shit.
Well,
This one is...
Frozen. Frozen can give you a timeline of what happened to the planet at
Yeah,
a
that's
certain point in time, but water can actually possibly contain microorganisms that could then potentially
Yeah.
lead to life.
which is
That's
awesome.
why everyone's obsessed with Mars. Like whenever this is something that I really hate. It's kind of a pet peeve. When people are like, "Oh, did you hear they found water on Mars?" Of course, there's water on Mars. They have ice caps. Duh. You see those big white things on the top and bottom of the planet? It's water. We've been able to see that for quite some time now.
Yeah, definitely.
So anyway,
I think it's interesting to do like space exploration, even though NASA's not doing shit anymore.
well,
other
they
than
lost their funding, so they
Yeah.
can't.
they
Now they're
just
still making mattresses.
right now they just they're like, well, fuck it, we can't go to space anymore, but I've got popcorn, let's take lawn chairs outside, we'll pretend. But,
what does popcorn have to do with looking at space?
You get hungry.
yeah.
You get hungry in space.
Looking into the void of the unknown makes your stomach feel like a void.
Void of your stomach.
Okay, so anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. It was probably classified in like 70s or 80s. There's this whole other type of space rock out there that's not an asteroid or a comet. It's called a centaur. And a centaur...
It's half human, half
And
horse.
it gallops across space.
It gallops majestically.
Nerd!
It's basically like a comet that doesn't orbit the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they saw this one just passing by one time, and it had rings. And it's also incredibly racist. It's called Charlico.
Charlie! It's everywhere.
Those are actually the ones that...
That's Charlie's business, by the way. Charlie Co.
But those types of space rocks are the ones that we're more interested in, because those are from like a very distant planets colliding or rocks colliding.
But the funny thing is...
And then they just get shot out.
Yeah, something escaped.
The thing that's funny about this thing is it's not very big. It's not huge like Saturn, which has very clearly rings.
Yeah.
This one also has very clearly rings, but it's like not very large. It's like only a couple miles thick, wide,
very
whatever.
Clearly rings. That's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
the only way I could foresee that happening is it was able to stay out of any and all possible
Yeah, because like I said,
gravity
it's just
fields for any
passing through. It's
Yeah,
not really.
So those are ones that we would like to space capture practically.
Yeah.
We need space nets.
I'm not very smart, so I don't have anything to interject.
I have
Rocks!
I have one more thing.
R.
Well, I mean,
C.
Think about it. It's a rock from very, very far away, potentially containing elements that we don't have. And
Or more if what we do
it
have
has
that we need.
rings, which is extremely small particulates of ice and dirt, which circle something.
Do you think it's possible that we're going to find elements that don't exist? I mean, we know enough about atomic structure.
Well, we have.
I have my doubts that
if you think about it from a theoretical standpoint, I believe that
it's possible.
it's possible due to any circumstances given to any planet.
Of course.
Something
I was
to
gonna
develop
say,
that's not normal.
Considering that the periodic table is the periodic table, you can't really, screw around with that.
Exactly.
The only thing I'm thinking, it's not going to be official elements like, oh hey, here's an entirely different type of element that has like 23 and a half.
I don't know if we'll find any singular elements.
Well,
it might be possible due to a certain planet's distance from a sun and the
I'm
conditions
thinking
set up.
ions because there's
yes.
hydrogen, which has 1 proton and 1 electron.
Yep.
There's also deuterium, which is 1 proton, 1 neutron, and 1 electron.
Okay.
I think
And then tritium, which you hear about from Spider-Man, but it actually exists.
Right.
And it's 2 protons, 1 neutron, 1 electron.
I think
that's the kind of shit we're
what we should be
that's what
looking
we're
for
find.
is elements that wouldn't normally bond being bonded somewhere else because of the different the different things. So if you could find 2 elements on the periodic table that you couldn't do anything with together,
like neon,
you just can't.
all the noble gases, you can't do anything with those.
But somewhere off in the distance of space, it just naturally happens. Those are the things we should be looking at because the possibilities of utilizing things that we can't do here would
kind of like
potentially make
this is kind of a little bit off topic, but I was talking to my mom once about astronomy because I've always loved astronomy. And we just got into this really like huge talk about like what other life might look like. And I've like seen like in fiction, you always see creatures of aliens that look humanoid, and like that doesn't really go far enough.
No.
Because we got to such a point where like, what if, because everything on Earth is carbon based. What if we had a life form that's not carbon based, like silicon based, like. That would look weird.
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson.
I was thinking just the bouncing titties of whatever planet.
That's pretty fucking funny. Why didn't I think of that?
That's I've been reading a lot of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. There's 6 books, There's 5 written by Douglas Adams, and there's 1 written by Ian Colfer, which is the guy who wrote. I can't remember what it's called now. There's a whole bunch of books that he wrote. Artemis Fowl. He wrote Artemis Fowl.
Oh, okay.
And he wrote a 6th book.
Oh.
I haven't gotten that far yet, but they're so good. All of them are great because it sounds smart.
Yeah.
Because Douglas Adams talks about like really intelligent topics that have to do with like space travel and theoretical physics, and yet it's just stupid. Everyone in that book is an idiot. And he makes fun of just everything. Like, one of them I remember in particular is, like, at this point in the progression of the connectedness of everyone in the galaxy, we've learned, after going to so many different planets and discovering so many different types of life, that we really don't need to manufacture anything anymore. Because, as it turns out, the variability of life is so huge that pretty much anything you can think of actually grows on trees. And he gave an example of, like, monkey wrenches that grew on trees and their life cycle, and how Marvin, who's the depressed robot, gets his legs stuck on a planet and has only a talking mattress to talk to, because that's the life form that you see on that planet is mattresses.
It sounds like one of Heath's jokes coming to life.
I think so.
Or one of Venti Steckler's fever dreams.
Where he drives down the highway picking up all the mattresses.
Veronica, don't leave me with the talking mattress.
Callbacks! Okay, but yeah, there's one other today I learned that I have.
Okay.
And that is the scale of the universe. Now, hold on for a second. You'd think that you'd know the scale of the universe.
I seen a picture.
Oh, yeah, off the top of my head, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd like when you see those pictures that are like to scale the sizes of all the planets compared to the sun or whatever.
Right.
But the distances is something that usually people have a hard time finding. We should link this in the description too.
Okay.
Because
Barry, get it.
I don't exactly remember what the website is called, but I can find it like really quickly. It's basically you have a very long web page, and you just scroll across. You just press the
That's
right
a cool
arrow,
way to do
and you
it.
just scroll.
I like that
And you
idea.
just scroll through like hours and hours of black until you reach and like you start out at the sun. You're like, all right, here's the sun. Cool, I'm ready. Let's do this. You scroll. Okay. When are we gonna get there? Jeez! And you're like scrolling for minutes and you're just waiting. And all of a sudden you see this little pixel that says Mercury. Like, oh, we did it! We got there! Yeah!
That is awesome.
And it's like that the whole way.
That's a brilliant concept.
It's really brilliant, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I have to say.
I that reminds me of a theory that I actually heard of in a movie.
Okay, hold on for a second. I just remember what it was called. It's called If the Moon Was a Pixel.
Cool.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Have you ever seen the movie K-Pax?
Nope. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Lennon.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, square one. Let's go.
Okay. The movie K-Pax
Where?
That's not
is
square.
a really good movie. I can't remember the
TBS.
main character's name.
Okay.
But the guy, you know the guy that CGI'd in Tron Legacy?
Nope. Didn't see it.
Me either.
Fuck, I'm not great with names on actors, so you'll just have to.
Doesn't matter.
You'll just have
Bryan
to.
Cranston.
Nicholas Cage.
You'll just have to deal with.
Nicholas Cranston.
Oh,
No.
please.
Bryan Cage.
No.
Ghost Rider.
Basically,
It's a jackal.
Jesse, we have to bees.
oh god, not the bees! But
I am the one who bees.
basically, the whole movie is about a psychiatrist and one of his patients talking.
What's this movie all again?
K-Pax.
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 All capital letters. It's K-Pax. P-A-X.
Okay, K-Pax.
This psychological patient believes that he is a life form from a distant planet.
Okay.
And his psychologist is trying to work it out with him that no, you're a human, that you're on planet, something traumatic has happened to you to make you believe this way. And the whole movie goes on this. But the guy who believes he's from this distant planet, K-Pax, is extremely knowledgeable in everything related to space and where his planet would be located in the universe. And there's a scene in the movie where he, the psychologist and astrologist, get into a room and like have a discussion about the location of this planet, and they're only talking about how it was just recently found, and they haven't released any of their studies yet on this and its orbital path and all this other information about this planet. And he just does it in front of them and baffles them all.
Huh.
But
look at my shit.
but towards the end of the movie, when he's talking about he's leaving back to go to his planet, so it's progressionally getting the psychologist. Progressively getting to the point that the psychologist. Okay, the date and time which he suffered a traumatic event is drawing near, and something is going to happen on that day. I have to stop or some. I have to help him by then or on that day, or he'll never get fixed. And the patient brings up the concept that the universe is ever expanding, but eventually it'll begin to retract and collapse in on itself and repeat. And that every timeline,
the universe is good at clapping.
every timeline is going to be the same thing. We're going to have dinosaurs. They're going to
They did that on Futurama.
We're going to have an ice
Except
age.
10 feet lower.
Yeah. So every choice. So he brings up he's like, every choice you make now, you're going to do again when the universe restarts. So make sure you make the right ones. And I just like pause the movie, and I'm sitting there on the couch at 3 in the morning going,
no, this is the right one.
Shit.
I paused the movie and I'm sitting there on the couch at 3 in the morning.
That really would make a good bit for comedy.
Yeah.
You just sit back. Shit.
Like, this is definitely the wrong.
Like, if that's really how it worked, if the universe expands and then collapses on itself and starts over,
Man, Keith Paradise is fucked.
and everything you've done, you will do again, and everything you'll do, you'll always do.
You don't again.
Yeah.
Do you really make the right choices in life? If people always say, if I had to go back and do that again, I would.
It's too early for this.
Motherfuckers, I woke up today. You're listening.
This actually has a lot to do with the other thing that I wanted to mention today, which was the Markiplier game that I watched last night.
You're welcome.
It's really good. Have you guys heard of the game, The Stanley Parable?
Yes. It's
Oh,
awesome.
fucking Christ.
I love that game.
Fucking Christ.
Explain.
That's insane.
I want the narrator to narrate my life.
I know, right?
So-
Explain.
Do you want me to? Well, it's your story.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
so,
What?
the main story is about this character named Stanley, who lives a very dull, boring life, but he enjoys it, where his job is to literally stare at a computer screen, and then it says push button, and he pushes that button. And there's a narrator who's narrating the entire thing.
It's
Stop Morgan.
It's
Freeman.
like Stranger Than Fiction. That movie.
Okay.
Was
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
That was a great movie.
And suddenly he realizes that there's nobody else in his office. And basically the game... That's
It's
really,
very-
that's really
it's
all
very
I can
short.
say.
The game pokes fun at everything.
Yeah.
It's basically a decision simulator. If you had to break it down into something, so you'll
way cooler.
It's
so
great.
so you'll start off in your office, and the narrator is telling you what you should do at the beginning, and he's like,
He's narrating it like it's a story. Like,
So I'm gonna go to
like the door on the left. And
Yeah,
then
so-
you see 2 doors and you go...
so he's like, Stanley's decided to go to the conference room to see if anybody's there.
Yeah.
You can decide to go to the conference room, or you can
Or
just stay
not.
in the room.
Yeah.
The easiest way to end the game right then and there is just to stay in the room. The door will eventually close,
Yeah.
and it'll just reload the game, and it'll allow you to try different decisions.
Yeah, because
So you would go out.
the way to actually win the game, the one way to win, is to just do what he says.
Everything that
Do
he
everything he says.
Which is interesting, because that's kind of the...
That's kind of plays completely against whatever you think about in gaming.
Yeah.
2 guys go
It's
on
a
an adventure.
brilliant.
Yeah.
It's fucking
We
brilliant.
play that game. Split screen it. One of us.
Split screen it.
One of us does what the narrator says. The other goes against what the narrator
That wouldn't
says.
work because
No.
it's yeah.
Well,
And anyway, I've seen the whole game anyway.
the only problem is,
Yeah.
is that if you do like what the narrator says,
Yeah.
you're done in like 10
I
minutes.
believe there are.
If you don't do
They're
what
very short.
If
Yeah.
you don't do what the narrator says, it's like a tree, and
Shit
it just
gets
branches
real.
off into all sorts
Yeah.
of different
Yeah.
shit that you can
You
do.
don't
Did
expect
you see
it
the
at all.
Minecraft ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That was
great.
really
I like
fun.
I like the baby game.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The baby game. I like the one where he completely messes up the game. He's like, oh wait, this isn't right. hold on. We'll start over. We'll try it again. Everything's messed up.
Ending.
Yeah, the confusion.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't right. I'm not feeling it.
It's so awesome.
There's one where it's a completely different narrator. There's a total of 19 endings.
Nice.
I think Markiplier hits all of them.
Yeah.
In his videos. So I think I've seen them all. It's so funny.
Does every other second involve oh
A little bit. Like his mind melts in literally every episode. Yeah.
I like the Steam Train one for Dan and Ross when the demo for Stanley Parable came out.
Didn't see it. I didn't watch that.
It is good.
Have you been watching them play Spore?
Yes.
I love it. I love that.
It started off pretty funny for like 3 or 4 episodes. And then it just exploded into
It exploded
hilarity.
in dicks.
Yeah. No, Spore Creature creators. Yeah.
I showed that to Stacy earlier, and she's just like
It's like a
sitting
dick
there,
on stilts.
That creature, it's so fucking hysterical.
like every other second she's like, that's gonna be a penis. That's gonna be a penis. Was I wrong?
It's so fucking incredible.
Okay.
I look forward to those so much. I look forward to those so much. So much.
So much.
So much.
How much?
How much do you look forward to it? So much.
This much.
That's a terrible answer.
This much.
Thanks, Elmo.
I love the match game.
Yeah.
It's so fucking ridiculous. I love what they did on Family Guy, which was, Old Man Jenkins is so forgetful. How forgetful was he? He was so forgetful that every time he tried to remember somebody's name, he would draw a blank. It's a game where you fill in the blank. Yeah.
He draws shoe.
Who was on that show all the time? There was like one person who was on that show every
Conway
fucking
Twitty.
time. No. The Badge Game.
I forget what his name
Somebody
was.
was actually on the Badge Game.
There was the chick named Brett that sat at the middle of the top. Was it Brett? I don't remember what.
I
it was.
don't
I
know.
don't remember what the fuck her name was.
Wasn't Betty White on there a lot or
No. Richard Dawson was on quite a bit. He sat in the middle and the bottom.
something? Yeah.
I still can't remember the guy on the top right. He was.
I don't
gay.
know their positions.
He was always on there. What was his name? It's Charles something. Charles Nelson Riley.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the guy with the confetti and shit.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. He died a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was
And by that he means 10.
Yeah.
Callback
We're
2001.
full circle. We can end it now.
Yeah, actually, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I think this is a good place to wrap up.
He's up there with Wilson.
Yay! Confetti's like, no. I don't think so, Tim. Oh, no, that was.
My name's not Tim. Throws more confetti.
Woo!
Okay.
Pocket
whatever.
sand.
Shah!
I told my dad about that.
Pocket sand?
About the pocket sand thing.
Smoke bomb.
Because we were talking about King of the Hill, and I was like, you would totally be Dale, like, because pocket sand.
Yeah.
And
I was
he's
there
like,
once.
Yeah, you.
I would do that. I was like, nice.
I'm looking up when Charles Nelson Riley died. Because I have to know. Because also The Simpsons did a joke on that once, like 5 years ago or so, something around that time, where it was one of their Halloween episodes where a bunch of dead people were coming back to life, and comic book guys go, Charles Nelson Riley, you're not dead. And he goes, somebody needs to check my hotel room, and he throws confetti and rances away.
Did soon 1999.
He died in 2007.
Okay, well, that's a little better.
I don't know if I'd be able to find the Simpsons thing at all. Ugh.
Well, either way,
Either way.
let's
You start wrapping up, and
let's
I'll
wrap
see.
it. Hey guys, let's wrap for a second. I don't have a chair with which to sit backwards upon.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Hey guys, let's wrap for a second. Alright. Okay.
Alright. Alright.
Let's talk about our food for a second.
Alright. Okay, that sounds
Am I allowed to have feelings?
Never.
like I left that feeling.
Well, I thought you'd be like, I didn't have cat feeding.
Celebrity panelists appeared in week-long blocks, including Betty White, Dick Martin, Marsha Wallace, Bill Daly,
Marsha.
Fannie Flagg, and Patty Deutsch.
Oh yeah, all those hit names.
This just reminded me. I watched the new Tom Hanks movie where he plays Walt Disney.
Oh,
And?
really?
He makes a good Walt Disney.
I was hoping he
I bet he
would.
does.
What was that movie called?
Saving Mr. Banks.
I don't understand because
It-
I know
it's
it's about.
Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Mr. Banks is the father in the book and movie Mary Poppins.
Yeah, the whole story behind this movie is that the person who played Mary Poppins was actually Mary Poppins.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
It was based on the author having deep love for her father, but he ended up killing himself.
Mm-hmm.
And her aunt came and helped her, and she wrote basically a novel trying to depict the hardships of life to prepare children for their future. But Walt Disney wanted to turn it into a Disney movie, which ended up turning great. Her biggest problem that she ended up fighting with Mr. Disney about was the character Mr. Banks, who plays the father. She thought he was making a mockery of Mr. Banks, which to her was her most important character. And she ended up almost not doing a deal with Disney, and Walt Disney actually goes back to England where she was, goes to her house, and has a conversation to her about the understanding of importance of this person, and that she should hand over the rights to make the movie to him so that he can save Mr. Banks. So the whole movie, Saving Mr. Banks, is based on the fact of the two of them resolving their daddy issues.
Okay.
Cool.
That makes sense.
I do want to see that.
Cool.
Sounds pretty good.
Huh.
Brett Summers was her name.
Oh, yeah.
On that note,
Yeah.
Brett Summers, Richard Dawson, Charles Nelson Riley, Gary Burkhoff, Betty White.
Ah, Betty White! I
Yeah.
thought Betty
hey,
White.
I know that
She
person.
was on 13 episodes from
Oh.
73 to 82.
Oh, that
And she was still old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's old then, yeah.
Okay. On that note,
Betty White should be immortal. Like we need
She
to
might be.
we need to find the thing for immortality and give it to like only a couple of people, and
Oh, yeah.
Betty White is one of them.
Oh, yes, she is.
say goodnight, everybody.
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Well,
You care to run that by me again?
you can't see it.
On the
There's
next
a window.
episode of GroupCast, we'll continue to discuss more about the universe.
I'll be there.
Oh, God.
I'll try not to be.
And let's hope that you are too, America. Come join us next time when we discuss more
America.
exciting things about whatever the hell's going on with our lives.
America.
Until then,
Calm down.
America.
Till then.
This
Wait, what
is
if-
you.
Wait,
Until then.
Casey,
until then,
what if nothing
until
exciting
then, I'll
happens
see
in
you
my
there.
life?
I'll see you there.
Until then, make sure you go buy a cowboy hat, hard hat.
My whole life is a lie.
I agree with Lennon.
All right.
Wilson.
Not on his life, but mine.
Now,
Charles Nelson Riley.
We miss you! John Candy, come back to us!
See you next time. See you next time. See you next time.
You done?
Yeah.
We cut. We can cut the.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. I'll be in my trailer.
I better be getting paid for this. If I'm not.
$40